Ladies and gentlemen, this is our third example video, fourth in our factoring review. This particular video is going to cover how to factor a trinomial when the lead coefficient, or a value, is 1. In other words, this would be any trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c. Now remember that b and c could be negative numbers, which means I could really say x squared minus bx plus c or x squared plus bx minus c. Doesn't really matter what the signs on b and c are. What's important is that there is a 1 in front of the x squared, or no number. In this case, what we have to do is we have to find numbers that multiply to c and add to b. And we've been doing this since Algebra 1, so we should be able to review this relatively quickly. I'm going to go through 6 examples. So here we're looking for a pair of numbers that multiplies to 20 and adds to 9. Again, we're multiplying to 20 and we're adding to 9. That would be 4 and 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 plus 5 is 9. So 4 and 5 would be our numbers. So this would factor into x plus 4 and x plus 5. On the next one, we are looking for a pair of numbers that multiplies to 12 and adds to negative 8. That would be negative 2 and negative 6. So we would have x minus 2 and x minus 6. Again, negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. Negative 2 plus negative 6 is negative 8. Again, this type of factoring is something we've been doing since Algebra 1, and hopefully by now we are as close to mastery as we can get on a review topic. So here are 4 more examples. We're going to go through these as well. Again, here we're looking for a pair of numbers that multiplies to negative 15 and adds to positive 2. So again, we should be able to do this relatively quickly by this point, but numbers that multiply to negative 15 and add to 2 would be positive 5 and negative 3. Positive 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Positive 5 minus 3 is positive 2. For the fourth example, we need a pair of numbers that multiplies to negative 18, adds to negative 7. So that would be negative 9, or x minus 9, and positive 2, x plus 2. On this next one, this is one of the ways they can try to make this harder. You have to think to yourself, okay, I know they need to multiply to negative 72, but what do they need to add to? There's no number here. Well, that would be a 1. So we need numbers that multiply to negative 72 and add to negative 1. That would be negative 9 and positive 8. Negative 9 times positive 8 is negative 72. Negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1. Again, you'll also notice I'm using a y here because the variable in the problem is y. Finally, on number 6, I need numbers that multiply to negative 48 and add to positive 8. That would be 12, or a plus 12, and negative 4, a minus 4. Numbers like 48, 60, 30, they have a lot of factor pairs, so you've really got to think about what the answer is and not just write down the first 2 numbers that come to mind that multiply to 48, because not only do they have to multiply to negative 48, they also need to add to positive 8, which 12 and negative 4 do. That's it for our review of simple factoring. Our next video will cover what we do when a is not equal to 1.